Welcome to this week's edition of the Butler Beat. I'm your host, Bree Seaver. As we all know, Butler has no shortage of student organizations on campus. If anyone has ever been to Block Party that takes place during Welcome Week, it is evidence of the large number of student groups at Butler. So with all these groups present on campus, it's hard to know about each one and what exactly each group does. One of the many organizations present on Butler's campus is the Butler University Student Foundation. I'm joined today by BUSF's Vice President of Operations, Bridget McGrath, who's going to give more information about BUSF as well as share some more about an upcoming BUSF event. Thanks so much for being here, Bridget.
Thanks, Bree.
Now, first of all, this is a very basic question, but what exactly is BUSF?
Like you said, BUSF is the Butler University Student Foundation, and we're an organization that is housed out of the alumni office over in Robertson, and we're a group of student leaders that work with connecting students of the past, present, future, so alumni, current students, and prospective students.
So that's exactly what you strive to do?
Right, that's our mission statement.
So how did you first find out about BUSF, and how did you become involved?
I actually found out about it my freshman year. Some people on my floor and other people that I knew had found out about it at Block Party, and I was interested in it, so I went to the information meeting, which was held like about the first week of September. I picked up an application and decided to apply and was lucky enough to get in. And then at that point forward, I decided to really get involved with this organization. I've been on the exec board for the past 2 years, kind of learning the ins and outs of it, and I've really enjoyed my time.
So can you explain the application process and the level of competition to become a member in the Student Foundation?
Absolutely. We are a closed organization, so that means that we go through an application process, and our interest usually, like I said, usually comes from the Block Party event, where we'll take down information from people that are interested. And then early on in September, we'll do a call-out meeting for other people that are interested, and those members will fill out an application. It's about 5 different questions. They fill it out and return it, and then at that point, the exec board will read through those applications. It's a blind process, so we don't know who we're reading about, and then we give out a select amount of interviews. The next step for those students that get the interviews are a group interview and then an individual interview. And then we will limit it to about 25 people we'll take into our new incoming class.
How many people did you have interviewed this past year, do you know?
This past year we gave out about 60 interviews, but the overall interest and application process was up in the 200s.
Wow. Now,
yes.
Can you describe a little bit about the makeup of the organization? Are you made up of a lot of subcommittees, and what do these committees do?
Absolutely. We have meetings bi-monthly, so that's twice a month we'll have a meeting with our whole general membership. And at that point we'll do like our committee updates, and we'll do the exec board will give updates, and then we'll break out into our subcommittees. The way that BUSF is formed is into 5 subcommittees. We start off with alumni, which is working with, really connecting with those alumni, those students that used to go to Butler, and how we can network with them. Then we have our FCR, which is our Future and Community Relations Committee, and this is a committee that's working with getting BUSF out into the Indianapolis community, as well as working with those prospective students that we were talking about earlier. We also have membership. Membership is our committee that works with really like our internal events, you know, themed meetings, fall retreat, spring banquet, really trying to make our organization strong with each other. And then we have development, which is another one of our organization. They really try to work with our social media, our Facebook group, our blog, our anytime we want to tweet about something, as well as our parking contest, etc. And then our final committee, which is actually really big at this moment, you talked about earlier, Spirit Week. Student committee works with doing any of our events that we do with just the students currently at Butler.
So can you talk about some of the main events that BUSF is known for putting on, and what you guys enjoy doing the most?
Absolutely. I think the events that we really like to do, there's probably like 3 that we're known for. One is our Dinner with Tens, and Dinner with 10 is housed out of our alumni committee, and it's an alumni that will come back to our organization and say, I want to host a dinner for about 10 current Butler students. They usually say what their major was here or what they were involved with at Butler. And from that point forward, they will host a dinner for those students, and they range from being very casual to sometimes there's like board of trustees that will do a more upscale event. And it's just a wonderful way for our students on campus to network with someone within their field and give them real outside experience. Another event that we put on is Blue 2's birthday, and this is an event that we put on to celebrate, you know, Blue 2, who is a really beloved person on our campus. We celebrate his birthday, which coincidentally has been falling during the Elite 8 runs that we've done the past 2 years, so we've had good attendance at that. We had over 600 people attend our event last year. It was in Starbucks with cupcakes and celebration. We actually had news coverage as well, so that was really exciting. And those are just two of the main events that we put on.
Now, it's my understanding that you have another big one coming up next
We
week,
do.
and it's Spirit Week.
Yes.
So can you tell me a little bit about what Spirit Week entails?
Absolutely. Spirit Week is actually something that we've been doing for a numerous amount of years in the past, but we just never have done it to the scale that we would like to do. The idea behind it is, we go to a school that is already a really tight-knit community. Why not bring us all together right at the beginning of one of our most exciting times of the year, basketball. We are a basketball school, and just really bring that spirit to life. So this year, we decided to approach SGA. We got a grant, and that's allowing us to do this on a bigger scale. So we're really excited about that. And we have decided to make this year split up into almost a competition aspect. We are going to have freshmen, sophomore, junior, and senior classes paired against each other. And much like what we do during homecoming and other events throughout the year, we're going to have points systems for different events that you can do. So one of the main events that we'll be doing all week long is Penny Wars. And BUSF members are going to be housed out of the gazebo from the hours of 11 o'clock to 3 o'clock, Monday through Friday. You can come by, donate money, and all of that money is going to be donated to the Blue 2 Fund, which covers the maintenance costs for Blue 2, because he's a very expensive person also. And then that's going to be going all week. And then on Monday, you can also come by, pick up Spirit Bees, pom-poms. Tuesday's our big day. We're going to be doing a shirt exchange where we made certain shirts that BUSF is going to be giving out for free if you donate a shirt to get one. We have a limited amount, so come early and get those. And then Wednesday, we're all going to be wearing different colors. Seniors are going to be Butler blue, juniors are going to be wearing white, sophomores black, and then freshmen light blue. And then Thursday, we're going to be giving out tattoos, and Friday is like our spirited day. Come out in all your Butler gear and get points for your class.
Well, it certainly sounds like you guys have put a lot of work into this.
We have. We're excited about it.
So what are you hoping to gain from Spirit Week as far as awareness on campus goes?
I think something that we would all like in BUSF is just to get our name out on campus. We are an organization that takes a lot of pride in what we do, but like you said, there's so many organizations on campus, so how do you really differentiate yourself? So we hope that people get to know who we are, but then even beyond that, we really want to pull our student body together. We have two big games coming up. We have the Chattanooga game on Tuesday, and then we're playing Louisville on Saturday. So if we can bring Butler together and really have a fun week, I think that's really all we could ask for.
Gosh, well, thank you so much for all the information regarding
welcome.
BUSF, and good luck with Spirit Week next week.
Thanks so much, Bree.
Before we break for a brief commercial, Krista Miller is here to give you the rundown on what's going on in the Jordan College of Fine Arts this coming week.
On Tuesday, November 15th, the Faculty Artist Series presents Kate Boyd and Sarah Pluck. The recital will take place at 7:30 p.m. in the Eitzen Duckwall Recital Hall of Robertson Hall. This event is free of charge. The JCFA Composers Orchestra Concert will take place this Thursday, November 17th. The concert will feature masterworks from the late 20th and early 21st centuries and works by JCFA composers, guests, or Butler alumni. The show will take place at 8 p.m. in the Eitzen Duckwall Recital Hall and is free of charge. Butler will be hosting its Bassoon Day on Saturday, November 19th from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. Bassoonists of all ages are invited to the Bassoon Day. At the end of the day, the participants will host a concert.
Welcome back to the Butler Beat. There's plenty going on in the Jordan College of Fine Arts as we near the end of the semester. The Butler Theater Department is currently busy at work with its production of The Priest and the Prostitute. I am joined today by Quinn Leary and Kelsey Nyland, two actors in the play. Thanks to both of you for being here.
Our pleasure. Thank you.
So can you describe the title of the play, because it's very attention-grabbing, because you have the priest and you have the prostitute, which are completely two opposite ends of the spectrum. So can you describe the title and maybe what the play is about?
Absolutely, and the title definitely brings to attention a lot of the central themes in the play. You have the priest, who is very serious. He leads the ascetic lifestyle, and he focuses very much on divergence from the worldly pleasures, while the prostitute embraces everything that life has to offer to the fullest and indulges all of her whims and everything. And then you have my character, Chandelier, who is the pupil of the priest, and he really is attracted to the ascetic lifestyle, but at the same time can't separate himself from all the wonderful things that the world has to offer. He really appreciates beauty and food and really would like to be around women, even though he's meant to be a religious pupil. And within that, you have, those are the three central characters. And really, the play is a farce. The priest, his student, the prostitute, and her attendants all wind up in this big, beautiful garden. And there end up being some otherworldly hijinks as the god of death's assistant comes to the garden to collect souls and makes a mistake and accidentally collects a wrong soul. And before you know it, one soul is in one body and one soul is in the other body, and you've got a priest and a prostitute that don't know who they are. And it's very, very, very funny. It's very vibrant, very full of life, very vivid.
Kelsey, what is your role in the play?
I play Latika, who is one of Wasanti, the prostitute's main attendants. She has two main attendants, and I'm one of the prostitutes. We have a lot of dances. We do a lot of the technical katakali stuff, where some of the other characters just have straight acting. And me and the other attendant, Madarika, are the ones that are kind of stuck in between, like Shandelia is. We're stuck in between our mistress, the prostitute, who is now acting like this ascetic priest, and the priest who is coming and collecting her clothes and her jewelry and dancing around with us. So we're kind of caught in the whirlwind of things, and we have to help figure things out.
Now, from my understanding, there's lots of Indian culture present in this play.
Yes.
So is this different from anything you've ever done before?
Absolutely.
Definitely. And I think that's what the Vita grant that we've been given is intended to do. Crystal DeHaan, she is a supporter of the arts, and she provided us with a very generous grant so that we can bring in foreign artists to come and work with us and teach us different theater practices. And I think that the extreme difference in culture is really, really informative to our acting and to our own development as artists from our own style, because we can pull elements from them and they can pull elements from us, and we really can collaborate. And I think that those differences really highlight one another, particularly in the show where we have Basi Pulagari, who is one of Kunju, he's our director, one of his troupe. He comes in and does this full Kathakali performance in the middle of the show, and it really accents the beauty in both styles of acting, both the Western and the Eastern.
For me, it's not just limited to the acting. We have spent about 10 weeks now working with the 4 Indian men who came to teach us in Kathakali, which is their art form, their theater dance form. And we've been studying with them, and we're using elements of that in the show. But for me, just the culture shock of it, the incredible experience of working and getting to know these guys, little things like they are living off campus, but we're housing them. So they've gotten students to drive them back and forth to campus or to take them grocery shopping. We've been taking them to shows downtown, and I've had the privilege of driving them a couple of times. And just the conversations that we've had in the car. Kunju, who's an older gentleman, the life lessons that he has given us is just incredible. And I don't think any of us expected to have that close of a relationship with the guys themselves. The art form itself is beautiful, but just the relationship that we've built is indescribable.
Now, can you describe the work that you guys have put into this as far as like rehearsal schedules and time commitments?
Yes. Well, first of all, we have been partaking in a seminar that Kunju and his troupe have been teaching, and it focuses on the Kathakali actual dance form, drumming techniques, and a cultural aspect as well. We learn about traditional stories, and we get to watch videos that he's collected and archived and brought to us. And so in that class, that's already like a 2.5, 3-hour commitment every Monday and Wednesday for some people, and Tuesday and Thursday for others. And then on top of that, we had rehearsal almost every night, and it's been a lot of work, but I think it really shows. We've enjoyed every second of it. It's been really wonderful, and the amount of stuff that you can learn, it's just,
It's incredible.
It's overwhelming. It's really wonderful.
Yeah, and like you said, we had 5 or 6 nights a week where we would be in rehearsal, and they do rehearsal a little bit differently, I think, than a lot of us had done. where we would show up at 6 and we would stay until 9, and we would just stay and watch the whole process, whether or not we were technically called or not, if we were actually working on a scene we were in. So we would just absorb everything that everybody was learning all the time. So it was a very intense schedule. It was a very difficult schedule to work around, but the amount that we've learned even just in rehearsals is insane.
Now, it sounds like both of you have really enjoyed like the cultural aspect and being able to truly like learn.
Mm-hmm.
Why else do you guys enjoy being in theater and being on the stage? What do you enjoy about it so much?
There's
What
really
is our
nothing
life
else for
purpose?
me.
Yeah.
Like I got into theater when I was a freshman in high school, and before that I really didn't know what to do with myself. Like I had no drive, no focus, nothing. And it gave me something. It gave me something to hold on to. And I really just can attach myself to characters and stories, and I really enjoy being able to create something and perform something for someone. And so acting is just, it is all that there is for me. Like it is what I have to do, and I really enjoy it.
Yeah, I've been doing theater since I was really little. I was always in stuff at church, and I kind of had the opposite problem. I hit middle school, and I had so many things that I could see myself doing that I really had to narrow it down. And up until I graduated, I was looking at doing both music and theater because I was always very into music. And I really had to sit myself down and think, what do I enjoy studying? I know I enjoy making all these things. I enjoy making music. I enjoy singing. I enjoy doing theater. But for me to put the intense time and money and emotion and invest myself in something, I had to enjoy studying it. And that has been theater for me. I never go to a class. You know, everybody has off days, but I never go to a class and think, oh my God, when am I ever going to use this? Ugh. Like every time, every single one of my classes, I can find something to make my art better, and I just love the study of theater. So that for me was the difference. I had to enjoy what I was studying and learning. I had to enjoy taking in as much as I could if I wanted to do that for the rest of my life. And since I made that decision, I cannot picture myself in anything else.
Now, if people are looking for things to do this weekend, when can they catch the final 2 performances of The Priest and the Prostitute?
Well, we have a performance on Friday night at 8 p.m. We have a performance Saturday 2 p.m. and 8 p.m. And then we have a performance Sunday at 2 p.m. So we have matinees and evening performances, very flexible for everyone's schedule. It's only an hour and a half, so it's not like you're going to be stuck there for 4.5 hours. Even as the most dedicated theater goer, I can tell you that can be a bummer. But yeah, it's short, it's sweet, it's vibrant, it's colorful, it's like nothing you've ever seen before, and it's a lot of fun.
And what's next for the theater department? What's the next performance that you guys are planning on putting on?
Well, we have a senior production going up soon, and that will be in the other black box, space 328, and it is Lauren Thorne's senior thesis. It's called Pieces, and it's a devised piece of theater that she's been working on. And then as far as our main stages, we have in February Tartuffe, directed by William Fisher, our department chair. And then we have The Love of Don Perlimplin and Belisa in the Garden, which is a Lorca play, and it will be directed by Elena Artemiev, one of our professors who just got tenure. Congratulations to Elena.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, that's awesome. You guys, thank you so much for being here and all
Absolutely.
the information.
Thank you so
and
much.
good luck with your final couple of shows.
Thank you
you.
so much.
Well, it's that time again. Grab your calendars because Krista Miller is here to give you the rundown on what's happening at Butler this coming weekend.
Thanks, Bree. Clues Memorial Hall is presenting 2 big shows this week, the first of which will feature Robert Irvine and Jonathan Sawyer of Food Network's Dinner Impossible, Restaurant Impossible, and Iron Chef America. The Clues show Cooking Possible takes place on Wednesday, November 16th at 7:30 p.m. Then on Saturday the 19th, John Mellencamp and his band will take the stage at Clues Hall once again. This is the last stop for their tour, No Better Than This. Their performance will take place at 7 p.m. on Saturday. Tickets for these shows can be purchased on the Clues Hall website at clueshall.org. And in Butler sports, the women's swimming team heads to Transylvania Franklin for a meet starting at 6 p.m. on Friday, November 18th. On Saturday, Butler football will travel to Morehead State for a game beginning at 1 p.m. Then men's basketball will face Louisville at home at 2 p.m. And on Sunday, women's basketball heads to Fort Wayne to take on the IPFW Mastodons at 2 p.m.
Thanks for tuning in to this week's edition of the Butler Beat.
Have a great Thanksgiving.
I'm Bree Seaver.
And I'm Krista Miller.
Stay classy, Butler.